Welcome to the countdown to the 2023 Little League World Series. I'm Brian McClintock, Senior Communications Executive. On this day, June 6, in 1939, Carl Lee Stotts and a group of fellow volunteers gathered in their hometown community of Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and played the first Little League game ever. Today, as we celebrate Little League's 84th birthday, we remember those founding visionary moments that created the spark in making Little League what it is today, the world's largest and most respected youth sports organization. As millions of Little Leaguers start wrapping up their regular season, we now set our sights on yet another exciting Little League International Tournament. With just 2 months till the start of the Little League Softball World Series in Greenville, North Carolina, and 75 days till the Little League Baseball World Series presented by T-Mobile here in Williamsport, the countdown is on. Coming off an exciting 2022 season where we celebrated the 75th Little League Baseball World Series and expanded both the Little League Baseball and Softball World Series tournaments to provide even more players an opportunity to have fun, showcase their teamwork, and represent their community at our biggest events. We can't wait for this year's World Series as we bring new and exciting opportunities to all of our players, including showcasing our Little League Softball World Series like never before, with the championship game set to air on ABC for the first time in its 49-year history.
Gotta make a play, and she does!
And she makes the throw from the knees anyway. To the gap, nobody home.
They walk it off and win it.
Runner's going. Got her! That is a web gem right there. Up the middle, runner coming home!
That one just behind. Oh, what a nice catch there. There's one out. There's two outs. Double play. Hammers this one to left, and it's up against the wall. That one is smoked to right center field.
That was awesome.
We also look forward to welcoming the biggest names in pro softball to Greenville this summer with the first ever Athletes Unlimited Pro Games at the Little League Softball World Series, announced just last week at the Women's College World Series.
But how about that play? Oh, what a nice catch there.
Got her with the K.
With a wet jab.
Hey, they're showing they're the real deal tonight. Runner coming home.
Ripped.
Got her looking. That's your ball game.
And she is safe at the plate.
What an athletic play. Go back to back to back K's.
That ball is ripped to left.
Runner's going. Got her. Way out for that softball.
With the cat-like reflexes.
The only thing we have left to do for the Little League Softball World Series is get our 2023 bracket filled out and ready for our first round of action. Last year, 4 of the 12 regions participating received a first round bye in the tournament. This year, to ensure that those regions don't have byes in back-to-back years, we'll first draw for this year's byes out of the 8 regions playing in last year's first rounds. Then, we'll add in our 4 regions that had byes in 2022, Europe and Africa, Latin America, New England and Southeast, and then finish out our drawings for the first round matchups. Helping us with this year's drawings are softball players from Montoursville Little League, Emma Sunderland, and Trinity Bell. And our favorite rodent, our mascot, Dugout. First up, receiving a bye for Game 5. Go ahead and draw a ball there, Emma. The bye in Game 5 will be Northwest. And now, the bye for Game 6, Trinity, that bye goes to Asia Pacific. Now let's do Game 7, that will be the West region. And our last bye for Game 8 is Mid-Atlantic. All right, Trinity, go ahead and add those next 4 balls in there. Mix them up good, Dugout. All right, let's see what our matchup's gonna be for Game 1 in Greenville. Go ahead, Emma. That game's gonna be Central versus, go ahead, Trinity, our host region of North Carolina. Game 2, Emma, start us off. Latin America, and they're gonna be facing Canada. Going to Game 3, Emma, pick it out. Game 3 is gonna be Europe and Africa, and they're gonna face off against New England. And our last game of the first round is going to be the Southwest versus the Southeast. Thank you so much. We look forward to a great time in Greenville. And now, we'll turn to the Little League Baseball World Series, presented by T-Mobile. Last year, we celebrated 75 years of the World Series here in Williamsport. Let's look back at those great moments from last year and what we can look forward to this summer at the 76th Little League Baseball World Series.
A line drive to left center. It's gone! Weezer to the plate. He scores. Throws another one, and this one to left field and driven. Bollinger can't get made the catch in center field. To third base, Murphy, and he's in there. Wins its second ever game. To center field, it's deep. Hernandez scores, Garcia right behind him.
And now, let's get the Little League Baseball World Series bracket filled out for 2023. Similar to the Softball World Series, on both the US side and the international side, there are 4 regions that get slotted in the first games of the tournament. To select those first 4 games, we'll draw from the 6 regions that did not play in those games in 2022. Joining Dugout to help us with our baseball drawings are South Williamsport Little Leaguers Emmett Gerber and Taylor Noggle. We'll start first with our international bracket with Game 1 and then to Game 3. So Game 1 matchup is going to be, Taylor, help us out. Game 1 will be Europe and Africa, and they will face off against Panama. Going to Game 3 on the international side, we have Japan, and they will face off against Cuba, coming to Williamsport for the first time in Little League history. All right, Emmett, if you could go ahead and add those 4 baseballs right back into Dugout's hat, and we'll finish off the pairings. All right, Taylor, let's get that started with Game 5. The Game 5 matchup is going to be Caribbean versus Australia. And now to Game 7. Game 7 will be Canada, and they will face off against Asia Pacific. Rounding it out and playing the winner of Game 1 on Friday will be Latin America. And playing the winner of Game 3 in the last game of the first round of the international bracket will be Mexico. Now, let's move to the United States. Taylor, go ahead and add those baseballs right into Dugout's hat. Dugout, mix those up, and Taylor, let's see who's going to be playing in Game 2 on the US side. The Mountain region will be facing off against Metro. And in Game 4, we'll have the Southwest, and they'll be playing against the Mid-Atlantic region. Now, why don't we go ahead and put the 4 baseballs right in that bucket into Dugout's hat there. Go ahead, Taylor. All right, Dugout, mix those around for us. All right, let's start off with Game 6. Taylor, do the first draw. We'll have Northwest, and they'll face off against New England. And now for Game 8, Taylor, the West, and they will play against the Great Lakes. And now, let's see who's going to be playing the Game 2 winner. They'll be playing against the Southeast. And closing it out for Game 12, who will play against our Game 4 winner, is Midwest. That concludes our drawings for the 2023 Little League Softball and Baseball World Series tournaments. We're looking forward to some exciting events at all our region and World Series tournaments this summer. For the latest information on scores, schedules, news, highlights, and more, visit littleleague.org/World Series. We hope that you can join us in person and experience the World Series for yourself. Be sure to head to littleleague.org/visit for more information on how you can check that trip to Williamsport off your bucket list for 2023. Thank you, and we're officially on the countdown to the Little League World Series.